Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI project tutorials. This video is the introductory video for the email marketing dataset analysis project. This project is based upon a dataset that is taken from the list of the subscribers for the email newsletters, and it can be used for analysis for the email marketing purposes. This dataset has around 10,000 records, and it contains varied information patterns and constraints like the physical features, the location, the status of the individuals who have subscribed for the email newsletter. Depending on this, we will analyze the whole dataset and try to find out a report or a visualization to find out the target age, the target category, and the target residence location of the individuals who are most likely to subscribe to the email newsletter. So for your reference, I have already created one Power BI report. This is exactly what we would be creating by the end of this particular project. So let us have a look at this. This is the report that we are getting, and as you can see, there are a number of factors that are affecting the way or that are affecting the decisions of the people, like the gender, living status, the active users, the marital status, the enrollment time, the enrollment year, the location, that is their state, and the location again, that's their city. Further, we have some of the numbers that tell us that there are around 10,000 active users, out of which almost 50% are from the state of Telangana. So that is the target region or the location where we want to go for the marketing. So that's all for the introductory video. Let us start with how we are going to process this report. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI projects tutorial. This is the tutorial for the email marketing analysis project in Power BI. In the introductory video, we have already seen that how our final report is going to look like. Also, we have taken a look at the agenda of this particular project. The agenda is to find out the target customer base that are most likely to sign up for our email newsletters. Okay, so this is the data that is available. It is in the form of an Excel file. We have imported it using this option, that is import data from Excel option, that is present in Power BI. Once you have got a data in the navigator, you can just click on the transform data option. Why we are going to use this option is because we are going to make some changes in the data, because I know that there are some inconsistencies in the data, and there are some columns which I don't need while analysis, like this column 1 is not needed. The inconsistencies present are these null values for the city and the state, and many other inconsistencies as well. So let's click on this transform data option and wait for a few seconds till the Power Query editor opens up this dataset so that we can work with it. Now this dataset is opened. First of all, what we are going to do is take a look at the columns that we don't need. So I'm not needing this column 1, so I can just select that particular column. In the home tab, there is this option to remove that column. Now if I select this remove option, then that particular column would be removed. Now this column is not removed from the actual dataset, but only the dataset that we would be using in Power BI. And as soon as we applied this step, in the applied steps column, you can see that these are the list of the operations that have been performed. Some of these operations are performed by default in the Power Query editor. The rest are the ones that we manually perform. So all of them are listed over here. If you want to undo an operation, you can simply just click on this cross symbol and that operation would be undone. So I just want to redo it. So let me just remove this column once again, and then again we have got this removed columns option. Now the second thing is, let's just identify some more columns which we don't want. Like we don't want the type because it is all individuals. So let's just remove this type column as well. Next we have the postal code information, which we don't need. So let's just remove that. We don't need this birth date column as well. So let's just remove that as well. Okay, So these are the columns that we are left with, that is status, city, state, gender code, marital status, enrolled on, and living status. Okay. So what we are going to do now is remove the inconsistencies. How do we remove it? One of the major inconsistencies is the presence of the null values. We have almost 10,000 rows in this particular data set, and if you want to know the count of the null values, so what you can do is select that particular column on which the null value is present, go on to this drop down icon, and you will be getting all these values that are available, right? You want to remove the null values from it because that's only a small section. You can just uncheck all those cities or all those values that you want to remove. Like, I don't want this 24 Parganas city because this is not a valid city name. The city name must start with a alphabet and has all the alphabets in it. Okay, so I'm just going to remove these. Why I am able to remove these? Because there was only a small population of these kind of values. As compared to the 10,000 rows, if I just remove around 10 or 50 columns, then it doesn't matter. It has no effect on the data as a whole. Similarly, we can just check for the null values in the state. There are no null values. The gender code, we have these kind of values: female, male, not mentioned, and other. So not mentioned, that means the people who have not mentioned their gender, so we can just remove them as well, because we want the analysis based upon the gender, right? So these are the three values that are acceptable, so we can just click on OK. And one more thing, instead of gender code, I'm just going to rename this column to gender. Why I am doing this we will be able to understand when we are working with the visualizations in the Power BI desktop. So I will explain that later on. The next thing is the casing. Like, I'm getting male and female in all caps. So how do I change this? Like, I don't want it in all uppercase letters. I want it in a simple sentence case. That's more valid, more acceptable form of expressing the data. So how do I do that? Make sure the column is selected, go to transform, and here is this option of format. Here you can just select the formatting option. So I'm going with capitalize each word, so as to get the better looking way. Similarly, the same thing I can do with states as well. So format, capitalize each word, so as to get this kind of a value. Furthermore, there was another inconsistency in the state. If I just remove this particular column, particular step, if I go into states, you can see we are getting two values for Andhra Pradesh. One is all caps and the other is just the first words caps. Similarly, we are getting it for different states as well, like Telangana. So this is again an inconsistency which can be removed through capitalizing each word. Now if I just go there, we have got only one value for Andhra Pradesh, we have got only one value for Telangana. Similarly, for the gender also, we can just format it to capitalize each word. Now we have the marital status. First of all, let's just turn it into marital space status, so as to get a better understanding. The possible values that we have is M and U, that is married and unmarried. Okay, now what we can do is either we can just change these values as M, replace this M with a married and replace this U with an unmarried, or what we can do is just keep them as it is, and while we are analyzing there in the Power BI desktop, then while visualizing this particular column, we can make changes, right? So I'm going to keep this column as it is, so as to show you how to make the changes while visualizing the data. Next, what we are going to do is look on this column, that is this enrolled on column. So we have two information, that is the enrolled date and the enrolled time. Now, in this case, we can split these into two different columns, one for the enrolled date and the other for the enrolled time. So we have the option to split the column. Let's just go into this, but before that we have to find out the criteria on the basis of which we are going to split it, right? So if you see, we are getting a space between date and time, so we would be using this only to split these two columns. But the thing is that after the time is written, we are getting this AM and PM, but that is also separated by space, right? So this thing also must be kept in mind. Keeping these things in mind, let's see how can we split the column. Let's go to the split column option by delimiter. That means the space symbol would be used to split these columns. So first of all, you have to select the delimiter, the space is there, and then is this split add option. So we have three options, that each occurrence of the delimiter, rightmost delimiter or the leftmost delimiter. Let's go with the leftmost delimiter. What will it do? It will extract the data from the leftmost side. So this is the left side, it will just traverse here see that this whole date part split in one column and the remaining part would be split into another column, right? And make sure the scored character is set to none and click on OK. When you do that, you see we have two columns now, enrolled on point 1 and enrolled on point 2. So let's just change this to enrolled on date and enrolled on time. You need to make very sure that the column names that you are giving are precise or have a definite meaning to them. Okay. Next you have is the living status. So we have three values: couple with children, couple without children, and single or living alone. So let's just go with these values only. We don't need to change them. All we can do is format them to capitalize each word so as to get some consistency in the data. That's it. Okay. Now moving on to this status, we have got the values as active and inactive. That's okay. That's great. Next we have is the city. Let's just check the city values if any of the inconsistencies are present in here. So yeah, the inconsistency is present about the capitalization of the words, right? So what we can do is just format it to first lowercase and then format it to capitalize each word. Now what it did is that it removed the inconsistency that we had with the Hyderabad city. Okay, so now we have three values for Hyderabad city and Hyderabad southeast. We are going with that only because it is a possibility that there might be different versions of that particular city. So I think all the inconsistencies in the data have been removed, and this is exactly the data that we wanted. Now once you're satisfied with your data, make sure you check all the columns names as well. Once you're satisfied with that, what we can do is just change the name of this particular this particular table. So let me just name it as email marketing. And then once you're done with that, go to the home tab and use this close and apply button. What will it do? It will just close the Power Query editor and apply the changes onto your dataset. Once the changes have been applied, it will load that particular dataset into your Power BI desktop, and once the dataset is loaded in the Power BI desktop, you have the full freedom to use it as per your wish to create the different kinds of visualizations. So here you can see that the dataset is being loaded. It is going to take a few seconds depending upon the size of the data. You can also see the data size in KBs, that is how much data size it is taking. Once it has been loaded, you will see in the fields pane that this particular data set is available. If you just drop it down, then you will see all the columns that are available over here, right? And these are the columns that we would be using in creating our Power BI report. So that is all in this video. We will see all about the creation of the reports in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI projects tutorial course. This is the video in which we are going to see that how can we create visualizations out of the email marketing dataset. In the previous videos, we have already seen how to remove the inconsistencies from the dataset and make it or transform it so that we can use it in the best way possible. So in this video, we are going to see that how are we going to create the different kinds of visualizations, right? So the first thing that you must keep in mind is that whatever fields you have created, they all must be taken into account. Like you have to create visualizations in such a way that make use of all of these different fields. Okay, so we have to just work with all of these fields. Let's see how do we do that. So let's just go with one thing at a time. So first thing that we are going to go with is gender. Why we are going with it? Because it is the simplest way through which we can create a visualization. So if you want to create any visualization, first you want to go to this visualizations pane in Power BI and select the type of the visualization that you want to create. As far as this gender is concerned, so what we can create is basically a column chart or a bar chart, and on the basis of this we can analyze that what is the target gender or what is the gender of the people that is signing up for our letters the most. the newsletters. Okay, so let's just get a stacked bar chart. We can just click on that visualization which we want, and that would be available for us to use. You can use the focus mode. This focus mode will bring up the visualization on the full screen so that you can understand it in a better way. Then you need to just work with these two values, that is axis and values, right? So let's just drag this gender into the axis field, and once we do that, it will take up all the values of gender and align them one against the other. The second thing is the values. So what we need is that how many people of the particular gender have signed up for the newsletter, right? So for this information, we need the number of people. So we have the data set that tells us that this is a male, this is a female, or this is the other gender. Then what we can do is we can find out the count of the males. That will give us the number of the males who have signed up. Count of females will give us the number of females who have signed up, right? So for this kind of a data, what we are going to do is drag the gender into the values and wait for a few seconds till it changes itself into count of gender. Now count of gender means how many times male has occurred, how many times female has occurred, and how many times other has occurred in our values, right? Now let's make a few changes into this visualization by going into this format tab. The first thing is the data labels. Let's just turn it to on so we can get the exact number of people. 6.8 thousand males, 2.9 thousand females, and a very few number of others have signed up, right? So if you want to know the exact numbers, you can just turn the zoom slider to on and just zoom it in a little bit. So we can see that okay, if 6,809 males have signed, then 2,906 females have signed up, and only 17 others have signed up for the letter. But for this type of a visualization like a bar chart, there is an overhead, like you have to include the zoom slider and you have to keep increasing and decreasing its values because the distribution is uneven. So what we can do is go with a donut chart or a pie chart so as to get the glimpse of how the numbers have been organized. Like most of the signing up has been taken up by males, then females, and then the others with a very small slice. If you want, you can just change the data colors as well. You can go to this data colors option and select the data colors as per your choice. Like for the others, I'm going with a data color blue, dark blue. For the female, I'm going with a lighter shade of blue, like this one, so as to get a distinction of these others from the females. And for the males, what can I do is just go with another shade, maybe this kind of a blue. Yeah, so we are getting a slight information from this. Now the other thing that we need to work upon is the title. Like if you go to the title, what we are getting in the title is count of gender by gender, or if we just go to this values, this is exactly what we get in the title, that is values by legend. So instead of count of gender, let's just double click over here and get it by people signed up. Okay, now here is the thing, once you have added the text, you can just press enter so that would be applied over here. Here is the thing that we change gender status to gender. So what benefit it did for us? The benefit it did was that we are now getting gender over here, so that in the title we are getting people signed up by gender in the information, right? So that is better for us to understand. You can just change its size as per your requirements so that all the essential details are visible and none of it is hidden. So that is the first criteria that we have taken. Just like this, we are going to create a different number of visualizations so that we can just work with them. The second visualization that we are going to talk about is by the activity, that is how many active users and how many inactive users are there. So let's again get a bar chart over here. Okay, this time we have the activity or the status actually. Let's just get it into the axis part, get into the focus mode to understand it in a better way, and the count of status would be in the values, right? I hope you all have understood by now that what it means, that is how many active users and how many inactive users. So here is the thing. Now this is a very good distinction because we want to show that most of the users who have signed up for our email letter are active. That is kind of a beneficial data to be included in our report. That is why we are going with this kind of a chart, right? We are not going to convert it into a pie chart. We are just going with this bar chart for this. You want to change the data colors, you can just change it. Let me just get a darker shade of blue, but that's a personal choice. You can go with any color that you want. But one tip that I want to give you over here is that whatever color you choose, make sure that it is in contrast in all of the report. Like I'm going with a blue color, so I would be choosing the different shades of blue for my whole report. So you can just do the same for yourself as well to get a sense of uniformity in your report. Now we are getting these sizes as very small, but you can just change it as per your wish. Plus when you view the report in the whole full screen, then those would be sufficient to watch. The second thing is how we are going to change the values over here. So we can just double click and paste this people signed up by status or the number of active users. You can just change its title, like if you want a custom title. So what you can do is just go to this title option and you can just say the active users status. So this is that 9.7k are active and only a few are inactive. Okay, next we have is by the marital status. So that also we can just cover it in the form of a chart, the bar chart. So let's just get this marital status into the access field and the count of the marital status into the values field. Go into the focus mode. The changes that we're going to do is change the data colors to a dark shade of blue because that's my personal choice, and make sure that the data labels are turned on. So mostly we have the married people, and that is exactly what we want to target. Now we have these different options that are available to us, and yes, we can just go with it. Okay, so yeah, what we can do is we can just change this count of marital status to people signed up by marital status. And if you want, you can just change the size of the visualizations, but that is the customization part, which we can do anytime we want later on as well, once we have got all the visualizations on our plate. Next is the people signed up by the living status. So let's just get a donut chart again for this purpose. I hope I clicked it over here. Yeah. So now let's get into the focus mode. We have the living status, so get it into the legend and the count of the living status into the values. That is couple with children, couple without children, and a single or living alone. What I'm going to do over here is just change the data colors. Two of them are already in shades of blue. The third, I'm just going to change it into a shade of a blue. So as to get the information about that, right? Yeah. So these are the three shades of blue that I have chosen. The only change that is left is about the detail labels. Okay, detail labels I'm getting. So what I can do is just change the title to people signed up by living status. That is a good title. I'm going to go with it only. What I'm going to do is just change its size a little bit like this, so as to get a hold of the legend. Like this is taking too much space. This legend on the side is taking too much of space, right? So what I can do is just change its position, go to this legend option, and instead of right center, let's just go with the top center. Okay, so now if I want, I can just decrease its size a little bit. Okay, like this. So it's looking good, and yeah, I can just go with it. Okay, next what we have remaining is the people who have signed up by state. So we have got different states in our data set, and we are going to take a look at how many people have signed up by state. So this visualization is going to be a little bit complex because we are going to add some filters as well. As there are a large number of states, we are not going to get each and every state into our visualization. That would be a too much crowdy visualization. So we will see that how can we work with the filters on the visualizations in the next video. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI project tutorials course. This is the email marketing dataset analysis project. In this particular project, we are going to focus on the target audience that are most likely to subscribe to our email newsletter based upon the dataset. We have already seen how can we clean that dataset and remove the inconsistencies. In the previous video, we have already seen how to create these different visualizations. Now I have made a few changes into the way their labels are looking so as to get a better view as a whole, right? If you want, you can also make those changes. Like for the pie chart, you can just select the visualization, go to the format tab, and for the detail labels, make sure that the label position is selected to inside. So you would be getting these kind of labels. For this particular chart, what you can do is select it, go to this detail labels option. Here, first of all, I have changed its color to white so that the information or the numbers are present in the white color. Then what I have chosen is I have toggled this show background option to on, changed the background color to black, and reduced its transparency to 0 for a better viewing experience, right? Next, what we are going to do is talk about the visualization, that is with the filters. So I'm going to get a basically chart. It is going to be a column chart that is going to show me that how many people have subscribed by state and by city. Now when I'm talking about states and cities, there are a large number of states from where the people have subscribed. So I just want the top 5 states and the top 5 cities. So how am I gonna apply this visualization? So first of all, let me get the visualization which I'm going to use and go into its focus mode, right? Now the parameter that I'm going to use is state. Let me get its state into the axis part and the count of state into the values part, right? So this is the kind of the values that I'm getting, which are not at all looking good. So what I'm going to do is go to this filters pane. Here is the state option. If I just get into this, so there is this option of filtering type. So I'm going to select this top n filter. Now what this top n filter does, it helps us to identify that how many top values you want. I want the top 5 states, so I can just simply type 5. In case you want a bottom 5 values or bottom any number of values or bottom n values, you can even select the bottom option as well. Then you need to specify the value, so it is going to be by the count of state. So let me just get this state into the by value option, and if you want count of state but first state is being shown, you can just go to this arrow option and select count from here, and then once you click on apply filter, the changes would be applied. And here we are getting the top 5 states from where we are getting the most number of subscribers. So what we can do is we can just format it a little bit, like I want the detail labels to be shown like this, and let me just make those changes as I did before. Like the color is going to be white, the position is going to be on the inside end, so as to get them like this, and I'm going to get a background to be shown, and the background color is going to be black, and the transparency is going to be a 0%. So all of the labels are being shown except for Delhi. So what I can do is change its position to outside end probably. Yes, so now we are getting all the labels over here, right? Then if you want, you can just change the data colors as well. I'm going with a darker shade of blue to get a better looking thing over here. You can go back to report, and here you can just change its size and its title. Like for the title, I'm going to go with people signed up by state. So people signed up, and by state is going to be the title. Okay, so this is alright for me. I'm happy with this. If you want, you can just change the size as per your wish. That's totally up to you. Next, let's work with the cities. So I hope you all have understood how can we work with the cities. It's going to be the same process, exactly same. So let me just quickly go through that process, and I hope you all will follow along. So first of all, drag city into the axis and count of city into the values. In the city visual, I want a top n filtering, so top n, and I want the top 5 cities by the count of the city. So let's get this count of city over here, and like this we can select the count of city. Once we have done, we can just click on apply filter. Then what we can do is go to this data colors and change its color, but that's a personal choice. If you want, you can just work with the same color as well. Now if you want, you can just add labels as well for the city option. Again, if I want to change the title, I can just change it to people signed up by city. I have already copied that information, people signed up, and I'm just pasting it again and again. Next, what I'm gonna do is actually remove this legend part from here because it's taking too much space. Okay, and I'm just going to make some changes into the legends so that we can get it into some lesser amount of space, like this one over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is work with the visualization, that is by the year, the enrollment year that we are getting. Okay, enrollment year and the enrollment time are the only two things that are left. So let's work with the enrollment year. So we are going to work with a waterfall chart for this purpose. It is used for these kinds of purposes, like where we can get the increment and the decrement in the numbers. So this option enrolled on date needs to be taken over here. We are getting the increase, the decrease and the total, and then the count of the values. Right, so we are getting that in every year there has been an increase in the number of subscribers, there has not been any decrease, and then the total values that we are getting. So again, what I'm going to do is just change the data colors and make sure the data labels are on, so as to get an information about them, and just change the colors. So here we have the sentiment colors instead of the data label colors. So let's just go with the darkest shade of blue possible for this increase and a lighter for a total. Again, what we can do is just change its title, that people signed up by year. Okay, so it's looking good. We can adjust it like this. Now what I'm going to do is work with one more visualization, that is people signed up by time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go with this simple stacked column chart basically for this, and I'm going to get enrolled on time on the axis and the count on the values part. So let's see how it is looking. It's looking good. That tells me that most of the enrollments that I got is on the 12 p.m. time, with the subsequent decrease on the both sides, the left and the right sides. But after 9 p.m. there was a scattered number of signings. So this is the target time that I should go for. So this is a really simple one. What I can do is just change its title to people signed up. Okay, and press enter, so as to get this kind of a visualization with the particular title. I can just select on back to report option to get a full look at that particular visualization. Right, I can just change its size as well. Yeah, change its size and position. So now what happens is we have covered almost every thing that we had available, right? All the things, all the constraints that we had have been covered by us. Now what is the time to use some of the cards? Now what is a card? It is an important part of a dashboard or a report that is used to get you to show the information in just one glimpse. Right, like I can get the important information like the number of active users, how many users are active that have been signed. So that is present in the status. If I get into the fields pane, so it is giving me just the first status, and if I just hover it down, it is giving me a count, that means the total number of people who have signed up. I am not getting this active value. So what can I do? There is a trick for this kind of a thing. And what is the trick? First thing is that you have to select the visualization and drag this particular status into that particular filter, like filter on this visual. Now the first thing you need to do is filter the visual and select active from here. Okay, because we just want the active users. Next, what we can do is just drag the status into here, fields, and make sure the count is selected. And once you do that, you see only the active users count you are getting. If you want to change what is being shown over here, like not the count of status, you want the number of active users, right? Or just the information that active users. So active users, you can just select active active users from here. So this information would be shown by this particular card. We can just copy and paste the card, another version of the card, because we want to show some other information. As per the states, we can see that if you just go to the states chart, we see that we are getting most of subscriptions from the Telangana state. So let us communicate that information as well. Okay, so this time what we are going to do is add this constraint of states. So let's just remove this active users constraint and clear up this filter as well. There is this option to remove filter, the cross option. Let's just select that, and we are going to add a state filter. Now what is the state that we are going to do? Let's just go with Telangana. So let's just search for that particular state and apply it. Then go to state and just drop it here. Change it to the count of state. Okay. And that would give us the number of users from Telangana. So you can see here and change its title to users from Telangana. Right. So as to communicate that this is the state from where we are getting the most number of users. Next, we can just target the user based upon their marital status or gender, or basically any of the criteria that are available. You can take up that criteria. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the gender as the criteria, that is how many users from the gender that is most subscribed gender for us. So as to target that particular gender of users. So let's just get it over here, and as we can see, we are getting most of the male users. So let's just select male from here, and here we can just select the count of gender into the fields. So the count of gender. Next, what we can do, most subscribed gender or most subscribed males users or male users, basically any name that you want, you can just give it to it, that is male users. So that's it for this particular video. In the next video, we are going to see the basics of report creation and how basically are we going to organize all these visualizations. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI projects tutorials. This video is the last video of the email marketing dataset analysis project. So this is how the final report is looking like. I have arranged all the visualizations that we had created in the previous videos into one report. So this would be the final report, which would be shown to all the users or whatever your target is, right? I have made few changes, like I have added some cards for the female users. Next, what I have done is I have changed the values for this particular donut chart. In case you are wondering how can you change the values, what you're gonna do is just go to this home tab, and in this home tab there is this transform data option. Once you click on it, the Power Query editor will open for you. Now if you want to make any changes in your data, or if any of the changes were left previously, you can just apply them. What I did here was I went to this living status column and changed the values using the transform tab's replace values option. As you can see, I have replaced 3 values. This is being shown on the applied steps option as well. Once you have applied the changes, you can go to home and click on close and apply. In this case, no changes were there, so nothing is being done. Otherwise, you would see a dialog box that the changes have been applied. Next, what I'm going to do is add a shape into it that will tell us what this data set is all about. So you can just select any shape of your choice and arrange it somewhat like this in order to, get a glimpse of this whole report like this. You can arrange its size as per your wish. This looks good to me. And now what I'm going to do is add text. So just go to this format shape option, make sure the text is toggled to on. Here you can add anything that you want, like I'm adding email marketing target. Okay. Font color I'm keeping white. The text size I'm just going to increase to 15-16 points so that it is visible just like this. And that's it. This is the final look of the report that we have got in Power BI. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.